Alright, hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. Today we're going to be taking a look at another paid mod. This is the Neo 8 Airspeeder by Bob200. So this adds a Ryusian neon prototype designed for the streets neon. However, due to frequent accidents testing, it's deemed too unsafe. So it's a standalone vehicle with increased boost capabilities, both ground and aerial traversal, custom hovery driving characteristics, which I'm really excited to see how that works. Is there a seat in the back? Oh, okay, that's actually quite cool. And a suppressed large caliber weapon. So this is going to cost you 300 credits, which is about €3, or $3, or like £2. In order to buy it, you're going to need to spend the minimum of 500 if you don't have credits already. So yeah, let's go check it out. All right, so here we are in New Atlantis. So we're going to go buy the new vehicle. I will say, one of the things I'm kind of interested in is the fact that it says, hello? Did I not enable it? 1 second. Yeah, my bad. I forgot to enable the mod. I'm an idiot. All right, so we have the Neo. So this, okay. So straight off the bat, this looks very cool. It's a prototype Ryusian lightweight hovercraft equipped with suppressed large caliber rifle. It delivers speed and precision. So seems to have 2 rifles. This is pretty cool. So let's activate and let's So one of the things I will say, like straight off the bat, this looks awesome. It's very clear that the mod author is kind of going for like kind of a very unique. Some of it's like generally, some of the ones I've seen, usually they're kind of just reskin. Well, this is obviously a reskin, but it's going to be interesting to see like how skinned we can get it. So we're going to just modify some of the colors. Nice. All right, so it's compared to the other one, it's got a fire rate of 2, physical damage of 150, and armor of 25. So I'm interested to see like how the characteristics of these kind of... Oh, it's very small. I'm interested to see like how the characteristics of it kind of like work. Just because... Up in it. I don't have a follower. Alright, we're gonna have to really quickly get Simeon. Let's go pick him up. It's supposed to have hover like... Just kind of how I'm driving currently, I can tell you that I don't think it really is like anything hovery. It's still much just... It's got wheels. You can kind of tell by how you maneuver it.
Stand down now, or you will be neutralized.
This screw it has the weapons, I suppose. We'll be back. All right, so we got Simeon now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little test real quick of just to show... Because... I've done a few reviews on these like rovers in the past, and people have always been like, "Oh, Crimson, you know, you should do a kind of a comparison, see how the vehicles like handle and stuff." And I'm going to be honest with you, like I'm not a modder, but I don't really like I've driven the Rev an awful lot, and it always seems to handle the same. What we're going to do is we're going to line this up, and we're basically just going to do a little loop, quick, just so you can see. We're not going to do any boosting because right now we're just... Whoops. We're just going to be testing how the vehicle kind of performs in its supposed hover mode. We'll drive over some things just to see. We'll mount some stuff. See, yeah, this is the normal version. So it's kind of performing, I mean, how you'd expect. Now we're going to really quickly swap back to the other vehicle and just kind of do the same test. All right, now let's test out this bad boy. We've also got Simeon here this time. Very nice. So one of the things you can immediately tell, this thing doesn't really hover like a hover because it has a radius. So like you can see on the ground where the wheels are supposed to be connecting. We're gonna try it all the same though. So it does seem slightly faster. Mount some objects real quick just to see if it kind of same stuff. Pretty much the same. Oh, whoops. This. Yeah, so I feel like saying that it's now the thing is the mod author Bubs, don't, you know, obviously I'm not trying to discredit you necessarily, but with the I'd be interested to see what you mean specifically by the custom hovery driving characteristics. because it doesn't feel like that. Now, obviously, we're going to test the boost speed. As usual with these vehicles, they just basically have the almost god mode when it comes to boosting. Which allows them to kind of like be hovercraft technically. Yeah, because I was chatting to chatting a bit to a few people about the kind of the rovers and stuff in general, and I don't know how like difficult it would be to make like an actual like a vehicle that would physically hover, like, you know, would sit by default, would like hover like 10 feet in the air.
The architecture. Can't beat it anywhere in the settled systems.
But yeah, it's shooting. Like, it's definitely cool. It's definitely custom in terms of, you know, what it is. Because one thing I'm noticing versus the normal rover, the mod author has clearly like moved the FX model, like models of the like the thrusters and stuff. I just think it'd be, yeah, it's like, personally, I'm not a huge fan of these like kind of rover reskins, just the paid rovers in general, because I feel like my kind of view with like paid mods and stuff has always been very much like adding something new to the game, like a mechanic and stuff, and obviously free mods can do it too. But then, like I said, I'm not a modder. I don't know like how much like what Bubs has done to kind of make this work, so he may have like kind of like tweaked a fair bit so that it might actually have hovering mechanics, but just from what I'm looking at, it doesn't really seem that way. Like, if you look at the kind of the, you can see where the wheels are supposed to. Actually, I don't know if that is the wheels. Maybe they're adding particle tech. I'm just gonna check if there's any gameplay settings. I don't think they're affected. No. So yeah, like, look, it's not a, it's definitely a cool mod. I personally am not a huge fan of them, just because in general I think the rover is very cool. Like, but you can do all this with the base rover, you know. Like, you can download like one of the kind of the free mods that tweak the rover boosting and stuff. There's quite a few like free versions of the rover that give you the infinite boost. It's still cool, and no discredit, you know, like, people may perfectly enjoy this, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna really quickly just bounce out the creation menu real quick to finish this out. All right, so interesting. I just looked at some of Bub's other work. I didn't realize that he also made the shuttle, and the firearm pack, which is, in my opinion, the coolest pack in the game so far. So, that being said, like, it's definitely pretty cool. Now that I kind of know that it's similar to the orbital shuttle, it kind of makes me wonder. I suppose, don't take this the wrong way, Bubs, but why? Like, you could have, again, I don't know. Like, it's they effectively perform the same way in terms of that they're kind of hover with kind of an infinite boost and stuff. Obviously, they're laid out differently. I feel like, I suppose, from a modding point of view, you know, like I always say, you get that bread, you know, which is fair. But I feel like, just looking at the fact that now you've kind of got two that are effectively, and again, if I am wrong on this and they actually operate differently, like scripting wise, or, you know, in the CK wise, then let me know, because yeah, I will put my hands up and say I'm not a modder. But I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe one of them should have been just a kind of a free version, personally. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, the suborbital shuttle, really cool. But kind of, now that we've kind of seen this, if I could go back and stuff, like, you know, when I had both of these, I don't think I'd ever buy the orbital shuttle, just because, I mean, don't take this the wrong way. I think it's meant to kind of harken an older kind of style, but it looks goofy. But then that's just, you know, it looks Jetsony, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, all in all, like, no disrespect to the mod author, it's clearly they did a lot of work. You know, this isn't a cash grab before anybody says, like, oh, it's a cash grab. It's not, clearly. I just do, like, I suppose this is all modders, not just like to you, Bubs. And I don't know what you have in the works necessarily, but I think that, like, going forward for like a lot of modders, there's no problem doing paid mods, and hopefully you can do as many paid mods or free mods as you want. But I think that there's a lot of, because there is negativity with the paid mods and stuff in general. But, you know, a lot of it is just kind of bullshit. People say, no, paid mods ruin the game. It's like, I don't think they do necessarily. But at the same time, I have been noticing a kind of a pattern where modders are just kind of releasing only paid mods. There's no real balance. And while there's nothing wrong with that inherently, I do kind of think that like modders should kind of do one free, one paid sort of stuff, or maybe multiple free, one paid, depending on the mod, just to kind of as a showcase to kind of show the fans like, look, I like making mods. I'm not only in it for the money. Now that again, there's nothing wrong with being in it for the money, because like I know specifically like with this, for instance, this weapon pack and these weapon packs, the speeders I don't know a whole lot about. They're kind of like they're lower on the spectrum in my opinion of like kind of things that seem tricky to make. They seem, from what I would gather, they seem pretty easy to make, but like obviously the old world texture pack is still like one of my favorite packs, if not my most favorite pack. And then the Lumi rifle system is another one that is amazing. You know, like they're very much like worth it in terms of, yeah. But anyway, like I said, I think it's a cool mod. Personally, not really for me. It looks awesome, but I think that if I wasn't like making it for content, I don't think I'd buy it, just because in general, it looks awesome, but it just kind of does the same thing a lot of the other ones does. It effectively seems like it just has infinite boost. I will say I do like that you've got a seating on the back. That is very cool. And I know that you were talking in the Discord about which little plug if anybody wants to join the Discord, if you're a modder or a not a modder, a creator, shipbuilder, we have everyone there. We're cool like that. But you were saying that now that we have, because Bethesda have added a new vehicle and it's got doors and stuff, you're excited to kind of see what you can take off, which I'm excited to see too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All in all, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think, because ultimately it's an opinion piece. You guys may love it, which understandable. It does look awesome. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you in the next one. Bye bye.